Dougie, we obviously spoke just recently on Saturday there with the Ayr United game still fresh in the mind. Disappointing to maybe not get more from the game?
100%, Gareth. We were there to win the game, pick up 3 points. We get ourselves in a good position, 1-0 up. And again, an individual error and the team's cost us 3 points. And that's been the story in the last 4 or 5 games. We've been in front in games and looking comfortable. And for one reason or another, top end of the pitch, not putting the opportunities away, or at the other end of the pitch, not defending properly. And unfortunately, that's been our Achilles heel at the moment. But in terms of performance and effort, I can't question the boys. I think in the last 4 or 5 games have been outstanding. But like I've just said, individual errors have cost us massively in the last few games of picking up maximum points, Gareth.
Quick turnaround now, going into Hamilton. How was training today?
Yeah, boys are in great spirits. They should be. They've had a great season. They can still have a great season. Performance-wise, in the last 2 or 3 games has been right up there. And like I say, just instants in games, fine margins, if you want to call it, is just eluding us at the moment. And like I say, I've just keep telling them, just keep plugging away, keep doing the things that we're asking you, and hopefully that changes, Gareth, and we start getting a wee bit of a break. But in terms of performance-wise, in the last few weeks, have been different grass. Aye,
and obviously, still up there. A win tomorrow puts you just 3 points behind the top 4. What has the message been to the players today with the last 5 games to come now?
Same as it's always. It's to win the game, Gareth. 3 points. That's what I've looked for every time I set my team up, is to get 3 points. If you can't get 3, you make sure we don't lose the game, pick up a point. That's always the message. And unfortunately for us, in the last 4 or 5 games, just that end product that both ends have just been letting us down a wee bit. But in terms of the season overall, really, really pleased. And like I say, we've still got 5 games where we can have an unbelievable season. But the boys need to keep believing. Like I say, in terms of performance the last few weeks, excellent. You're just not getting that break. But you got to earn the break. And unfortunately, we're just probably not doing enough to get that break, or busting a gut to get on the end of things. You see again on Saturday, Robin Muirhead puts in 2 fantastic balls, and players are just standing watching and hoping that something may happen instead of making it happen. And that's the difference in the end, Gareth.
With Hamilton tomorrow, a team down the bottom, they're fighting for everything right now. It's going to be an extremely tough game.
Every game's tough. Doesn't matter if you're at the top, at the bottom, in the middle. Every game's tough in this league. And this is the message I kept trying to relate to people. You don't just turn up and are guaranteed to pick up 3 points. First and foremost, you need to work hard. And then secondly, hopefully your football comes out and shows. And like I say, tomorrow with Hamilton, they're fighting for life at the bottom, but we're also fighting at the top to try and get something that we want. So everybody in this league, until, I'll say it, the last day of the window, the last day of the league season, is going to have something to play for. And I firmly believe that at both ends, top and bottom, and even in the middle. There's still something to play for everyone. Rafe Rovers can still get playoffs. Inverness can still get playoffs. Purcell can still get there. At the bottom, 3 teams are trying to fight to not being automatic going down or in that playoff. So every game from now to the end of the season is going to be massive for both ends of the table and for every team. And it's been the same all season. But in terms of Hamilton, there's a fight in that team. I watched them 2 weeks ago at Dundee. They lost 7-0. They go out the next Tuesday and beat Rafe Rovers 2-1. So they've still got a battle in them. You see on Saturday they go 1-0 down to Cove. Cove now jump above them. But they've got that battling quality to go and try and get something for the game, and they end up getting a draw. So listen, I know what they're all about. I was there a long time as a player. I know everybody inside out. I know what they've got. So we need to make sure we take our game to them, not give them an inch, and hopefully we come out the end of it with a positive result, and that is 3 points.
In terms of the last time that Hamilton came down here as well, it was that 5-0 win, but things have changed quite a lot since then, haven't they? A much different game will be expected. 100%,
but who's to say that will be the same outcome tomorrow? If we apply ourselves correctly, that could happen. But first and foremost, you need to make sure you as an individual, whatever team selected, give their all, and then hopefully that breeds through the team. And if we can get everybody to their maximum, then we should win the game. But if we don't, then we'll be in for a tough night. But I'm fully behind the boys. They've been excellent all season, regardless of who started, who's come in, who doesn't start, who's on the bench. They've been excellent. And where we were in terms of at the start of the season until where we are now, anybody that says they're in a bit in the handoff line. And like I say, we still have 5 massive games to have a fantastic season.
And just in terms of team selection now, how have the boys fared since Saturday?
Yeah, listen, there may be 1 or 2 will miss out. Obviously, Blues are still struggling, so Bluesy will certainly not be involved. There's one or two that we maybe need to leave to the last minute, but Lewis obviously is still coming back for his injury in for January. So apart from that, everyone's still fit and available. Good options to choose from. Obviously George will be suspended, I think. He's 2 yellow cards, so he'll be a big miss, I think, since he's come in the building. He's been different class, a real focal point, him and Robbie up there. So again, it gives people opportunity to come in and play.